Welcome to the Free Spirit Flow Yoga channel. Thank you for joining me for this Oceanic movement, Sensual flow. Let's get started laying down on our backs to begin our practice. Find a comfortable space for your body to relax and close down your eyes. Start to take some soul and body nourishing deep breaths. Enjoy one more deep breath in through your nose and out through your mouth. Wiggle your toes. Start to wiggle your fingers. Circle the ankles out. Move into a full body stretch. Lengthen your arms behind your head. And as you breathe out, pull your right knee up towards your navel. In this practice, we're going to explore a lot of flowing and dynamic movement. So allow yourself to honor your own rhythm today. With the right hand, pull open the right knee, opening up the hip space into kind of a reclined half frog. And bring the right knee through center and extend your right leg straight up towards the sky. You can hold around the right calf or ankle. And we'll just flow between those spaces. So bend the right knee, open the right hip space. And through center, extend, stretch through the back of the right leg. So just a couple more times, moving through this on your own, breathing deeply as you do. And hug your right knee back in. Draw your left leg up. And now let the right leg extend and rest onto your mat. And let's start to open through the left hip and the left leg, pulling the left knee off to the left side of you. And bring your leg through center and extend and straighten your left leg up. Open the hip through center, extend and stretch. Deep breaths. And move through this a few times, going at the pace that your body needs today. So that might be slower with longer holds, or you might find more fluid and dynamic movements. Hug both knees in and up. And let's rock up to a seat. Swing your legs off to one side. Lift up to your table. Bring your big toes together. Walk your knees out towards the edges of your mat and stretch your fingertips towards the front corners of your mat. Let's start to sway from side to side like you're creating a hammock with your upper body. And keep swaying. Start to sway so your heart gets closer towards the mat and your hips sink back towards your heels. Release into your open-hipped child's pose. Let your forehead rest down. We'll take a few deep rounds of breath here. Press into your hands and forearms. Look forward. Lift your hips up into table. Bring your knees back under your hips. Let your hips sink back. Rounded table. Look towards your navel. Draw your hips forward towards your wrists and lower into your cobra. Deep breath. Heart onto the earth. Walk your forearms out in front of you. Move into your Sphinx. Pressing into the tops of the feet. Feeling your hips on your mat and your shoulders relaxed away from your ears. And we'll invite in this beautiful oceanic sway. Let your upper body drift from side to side. Let your neck move naturally. And bring your hands under the shoulders. Hug your navel in and lift to table. Extend your right leg out by your right side. Walk your hands wider than shoulder distance apart. Tent your fingers. Deep breath in. Breathe out. Dip the right shoulder down. Look over the left shoulder. Through center, lift. Breathe out, left shoulder dips. Look over the right shoulder. Through center, breathe in. Breathe out, mild twist, right shoulder lowers. Inhale through center, breathe out, twist. Take this through a couple more times on your own. Move your hands back under the shoulders. Palms press into the mat. Breathe in, bring your hips forward, point your left toes up, roll your shoulders back. So a really funky upward dog variation. And breathe out. Hips sink back to the left heel to an extended half child's pose. So forward and back with your breath. Inhale as you open the front body, breathing out, releasing the hips back, stretching through the right leg. Lifting the hips up, bring the right leg in, and the left leg extends out by your left side, walking your hands apart. Deep inhale, breathe out, right shoulder dips, look over the left shoulder. Through center, inhale, breathe out, dip the left shoulder, look over the right. Inhale, come up, breathe out, mild twist. Hugging your navel in as you exhale. Take this through a few times, explore on your own. Hands now under the shoulders. Breathe in, hips drift forward, right toes point up. Press into the palms to lift your heart up. And breathing out, hips go back to the heels. Like the tides moving forward and back inward. Hips lift up, move back into your table pose. Press into the palms, tuck your toes, and lift your hips back for your downward dog. Let's add in our sway here. So you can sway the hips, just gently lifting one heel as you go back and forth. Think about swaying your heart, helping it soften and relax. Beautiful. Breathe in deeply. Look forward. Bring your feet to the front of your mat. Land and your standing forward fold. Fingers under the shoulders. We'll sway the upper body here too. Let your neck and head relax. Press down into your feet and just lift the hips up a little bit more, straightening the back of your legs. If you'd like to go a little deeper, you can bring your hands to opposite elbows for a few more breaths swaying here. Hands to your mat, mini half lift. Just look forward, lengthen the back body. And breathe out, palms to your mat. Step back to your plank. Bend your knees and wave your hips back, downward facing dog. And press into the left foot, right leg waves back for your tripod. And we'll take a sway here, so bending the right knee, open the hip space, and then straighten out the right leg, point the right toes off to your right. So swaying back and forth. Right foot, bring it forward to the outside of your right hand. Land in your deep lunge. You can tent the fingers here. Relax the shoulders. Push your heart forward. Sway your hips for a moment. And we'll take bigger circles with the hips. Lifting the hips up so you almost straighten out your front leg. And then release the hips back down. Creating a lot of space in the hips, in the back of your right leg. Release your left knee to the mat, untuck your back toes, seated half split, straighten out the front leg. Wide stance through your hands here, and we'll just sway the upper body. Look forward, hug your navel in. Balance on the left knee, bring shoulders up and over the hips. Left arm waves behind you. Left hand to your left heel. Stretch your right arm back into your extended half camel. And take a little flow here. Breathe out, cactus bend the right arm. Turn your heart to face the moon. Inhale, right arm stretches towards the back of your mat. So you're really illuminating the side body. Take that a couple times. Cactus bend and open. And then stretch and reach. Deep inhale. Exhale, wave your arms to the top of your mat. Bend back into the right knee, low lunge, tuck the back toes, lift your back knee off the mat. Both toes point towards the right edge of your mat. The right knee opens. Wave the right arm open and cactus bend your right arm. You can throw your head back. Deep breath in. And turn forward, low lunge. So forward and back between those two spaces. Toes point towards the long edge of your mat. Funky pigeon lunge as you cactus the upper arm. Land and meet in your lunge. Walk towards the back of your mat, side lunge. Straighten out the right leg, bend deeply into the left. Walk your hands wide. Sway with the upper body. Going towards one elbow and then the other. Walk it forward, travel to the front of your mat, hands frame your right foot, standing leg split, left toes point up, fold over the right leg. And we sway here to bend the left knee, so the left toes are pointing towards the right side of your mat. And then extend and stretch the left leg up. Big step to the back of your mat. Hands on the inside of your right leg. Drop your back heel down, warrior two legs. Reverse warrior or peaceful warrior. Right arm stretches towards the back of your mat. Deep breath. Hands wave down to frame your front foot. Journey back to your downward dog. Checking in with breath and body. Ground through the right foot, left toes wave back. And we flow. Bend the left knee. And then extend and wave the left leg out. Bring your left foot forward, outside of the left hand. Hips melt forward into your deep lunge. Let your hips rock side to side. Now big circles with the hips, straightening out the front leg, then releasing the hips forward and down. Right knee to your mat, wide seated half splits, hips move back. Arms, hands in a wide stance. And side to side, swaying like the tides. Hug your navel in, bring shoulders up and over the hips. Right arm waves behind you, right hand to right heel. Stretch your left arm back. Deep breath. Breathe out, cactus, bend the left arm. Shoulder blades hug together. Breathe in and extend, illuminate your left side body. And then bend. Focus more on the heart space. Stretch your left arm back. Breathe in. As you exhale, hands wave forward to the front of your mat. Bend into the left knee. Tuck the back toes. Back knee lifts. Pinky toe side edges of both feet. Funky pigeon lunge. Left arm waves open. Cactus and bend. And top of your mat, lunge. Look forward. Stretch the hips. Funky pigeon lunge with the cactus arm. Letting yourself experience these spaces. Turn into your lunge. Take it to the back of your mat now. Side lunge. Hands walk out wide. And we sway. Travel to the top of your mat. Frame your front foot. Standing leg splits. Right leg goes up. Swaying the right leg, bending the knee, and then extend, wave the right leg away. Big step to the back of your mat. Supported warrior two. Pause. Now wave your arms open. Reverse warrior. Frame your front foot with your hands. And step back to downward dog. And deep inhale. And let it go. Release your knees down to your mats. And sit back on your heels. Bring your hands on your knees. Take a couple deep breaths. And we will end our practice with some final cooling and restorative postures. So move down to your seat and let your legs reach towards the front corners of your mat. Bring your hands on your legs and we'll gently just kind of wave forward and back a few times. Let your hands hold your feet or your ankles. And we'll add in a gentle sway here with some deep breaths. Settling into a still space here in your forward fold. Rolling back up. Plant your feet on your mats. And take a slow lower down onto your back. Bend your knees, bring your feet up behind the hips. Soles of the feet together. Knees relax and open into Supta Konasana, your butterfly pose. As we slow things down, you can really start to experience and feel all the benefits from your yoga practice. Find your final space to close out your practice. You can stay here in butterfly or extend your legs out for your Shavasana. Make yourself comfortable, relaxing the shoulders away from your ears, closing down your eyes. Really feeling that space inside of you, that inner stillness that's always available, even through your own movement or the world and movement that's going on around you. When you're ready to close your practice, take in some deep breaths. Centering into your body. Taking small movements through the fingers and the toes. And leaving your mat at your own natural rhythm. Thank you, beautiful YouTube community, for your support and for joining this class with me. I hope you are feeling refreshed and relaxed. I look forward to our next practice together, and I will see you on the mat very soon. Namaste.